Welcome back to Movie Idols. So here's my breakdown of episode 12's trailer titled Guardians. This trailer features Beta talking for the first time. His voice is amazing. It's definitely, I think if people have issue with Alpha's voice, they definitely won't have issue with Beta's voice because it's everything that I wanted in his voice. For Beta anyways, it was exactly how I imagined his voice sounding, and I'm so glad with what they're doing with this character. But we got a lot of references in this trailer, a lot of stuff, like this Whisperer stuff is getting really intense. After tonight's episode, which was episode 11, shit really got insane. The Pike moment is definitely happening very soon, and we get a lot of hints in this trailer. So before we jump in, I do want to warn you that this video will contain spoilers for tonight's episode of The Walking Dead titled Bounty. For next week's giveaway for my episode 12 review, I'll see what it is. I really want to try and do some kind of Whisperer giveaway. I think that'd be really cool. Whatever the giveaway is going to be, you just gotta be a subscriber and leave a comment down below. I'll try to do some sort of Beta toy giveaway or just something like that, but again, I'll announce the details at some point this week. So we got a really cool Whisperer Pike reference here. Those aren't actually heads. I imagine that's just where they keep their masks, but I do wonder if there's actual human heads on those pikes and they just keep their masks on those human heads. There's something going on here, but that is a direct reference to what Alpha and the Whisperers do. Just seeing this right here, this is confirmation that this is what the Whisperers do. And I do think this is going to be happening at some point this season. It's going to be really brutal. Episode 15 at the end seems to be everyone's guess for now, just based off the synopsis for the finale of this season. We'll see if that ends up being the case at the end of the day, but this scene right here, I mean, holy crap. The trailer begins with Lydia. She's walking with no costume, and I guess the Whisperers are protecting her. I don't even know if I could say that they're protecting her. Like, Lydia is acting like a walker, like she's trying to blend in with them, but I don't even know if Alpha's really trying to protect her, because she is in some ways, like she is trying to protect her daughter, but she's also, I mean, we saw in tonight's episode, she slapped her for calling her mom. Like that's brutal. Like she's a very abusive and violent person. They will have to make Lydia a costume though, and I can't wait for that moment because it does happen in the comic. Alpha gives her a costume or the Whisperer skin or whatever. That's probably going to happen in next week's episode. Lydia tells Alpha that she acted good to, I guess, to the hilltop to try and get them to trust her. So it seems like she's sucking up to Alpha. That's exactly what we're getting in this trailer. At least that's the feeling I'm getting from this trailer, is that Alpha seems pretty disappointed in Lydia that she didn't die or something there, that she, that she didn't stand by what she believes in. And I do think Alpha, she's very suspicious of Lydia, maybe because she knows that Lydia lies all the time, and we know that. So maybe she feels like, well, I know you're my daughter. I know you probably lied to them to keep yourself safe. You probably went against the Whisperer rules or this and that. So I think that's why Alpha's trying to interrogate her about this stuff and trying to like get whatever she can out of her daughter, which, I mean, that worries me for one. Henry told Lydia exactly where the kingdom is, right? So Alpha pressuring her like this, that just gives Lydia all the more reason to eventually confess where the kingdom is. I knew when that happened it was going to be really bad, but now we're really starting to see how bad it is. I think tonight's episode showed how brutal and scary the Whisperers can be, and why our characters need to be very careful around them, because they dropped a baby on the ground. That's how just crazy Alpha is. She's so insane. She's just so evil to be able to drop a baby on the ground. Like, seriously, a baby? To drop him or her on the ground? And thank God Connie was out there, because that baby, it wasn't looking too good. I'm so thankful Connie was out there, which I totally forgot to mention in my review, but that Connie scene, holy man, that was amazing. She is the greatest addition from Magna's group. She's the greatest character from that group. Like, there's just so many elements to the show that they can explore now. Lydia punches Henry in this trailer. And again, I think this is telling me that this is Lydia trying to prove herself to Alpha, that I'm still a Whisperer. I'm still like one of you. I didn't go soft. Nothing happened to me over there. Like, they didn't change me. Nothing happened. I'm still one of you. What this trailer does confirm for some people is that Henry is out there following them. Maybe I got it because I know what happens in the comics, but a lot of people were pretty confused with what happened to Henry. That note and what Daryl read in that note, I guess some people just completely missed it. I've been getting some messages and people, they're just confused as to what that ending meant because Daryl just went out there. They figured Daryl was just going out there to go find Lydia, but no, Daryl is out there trying to find Henry right now. And in this trailer, Henry gets very close. It's crazy, but Henry actually gets very close to the Whisperers. At one point, actually battling this Whisperer here. Cool enough, Henry does take him out, which is super cool because like Henry just has those skills, right? So it's cool to see those skills being at use, but he's no match for Beta. Not at all. We finally see the scene play out. Beta, I guess, finds Henry Henry is listening in on the whispers, it seems like. He caught up to them really, really fast, but Beta, this is his first introduction to the series. It's going to be in Guardians, I guess, like what everybody thought, but Beta captures him very fast. I thought this whole scene right here was going to be playing out after Daryl versus Beta. Now, in this trailer, we don't get really any hint that Beta is going to be fighting Daryl at all. We get no hint whatsoever. So I don't know if Beta versus Daryl is going to be happening in next week's episode. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. It seems like, if anything, we might get some sort of hint or some sort of cliffhanger where it will for sure happen in episode 13. It's not happening in 14. That's going to be a whole like flashback episode and explain the X-Scar stuff with Michonne. In 15 is going to be the Pike stuff and the fair, especially the fair, I think has been confirmed to be happening in episode 15 based off the synopsis. And 16 is going to be the finale in reaction to the fair and the snow stuff that we're supposed to be getting. So this Daryl versus Beta thing is happening either in next week's episode at the very end or in episode 13. And just based off of that, just based off of what I mentioned for the pacing for episode 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, I mean, this back half has been paced out so well. It started off a little slow with 9 and 10, but it is slowly building and building and building and building. Like, those first two episodes, episode 9 and 10, were very crucial to build up like the excitement we had for episode 11. Also, Beta's voice, I love Beta's voice. Holy crap. If anybody has an issue with Beta's voice, I'm gonna flip shit, because Beta's voice sounds amazing. He's like, we need to protect ourselves. We need to be ready. Or wait, no, it's like, we need to protect ourselves. We need to be ready. I don't know. It's something like that anyways, but I just love his voice. I love Beta as a character. Also, he has like those gold grills or whatever you call them. He has golden teeth. So that's going to be, that's an interesting choice for this character. Kind of makes me wonder as to who he was before the apocalypse. I'm not going to spoil anything here from the comics, but they might change it up a little bit, I do think, from the comics. And I think maybe the golden teeth hint at it, maybe. I don't know. Some really cool information that we got in this trailer, though, is that Daryl and Connie, they actually caught up to where Henry was, and Connie tells Daryl Henry caught up with the Whisperers, like he's with them right now. I love that because it gives it a sense of urgency. Usually in trailers for next week's episode and stuff like that, they usually don't give away a lot of footage from like the second half of the episode. So this might be happening maybe say 30 minutes into the episode. It's around there anyways. It's happening at some point there. As for where Daryl and Connie go next, I don't know. Like, I think they're going to keep trying to trace them, but are they actually going to run into the Whisperers? Because if they ran into the Whisperers and Henry's with them, that is going to be very, very, very bad for them. The Whisperers are just going to kill them. It really is as simple as that. So Daryl's going to have to dress up like a Whisperer or something and infiltrate that camp, because there's no other way Daryl's going to get in there to try and save Henry. Now we finally pick up with Michonne again. It's been a very, very long time. Michonne says putting ourselves out there is dangerous. So what is she talking about with this? Is she talking about the Whisperers? Now the reason why I'm thinking this is because Gabriel says, who are we supposed to turn to when we need help? It seems like he's saying this to Michonne, so I think Michonne told them about the Whisperers and what's going on. I don't know if there's going to be a weird time thing in this episode where they find out what happened to Henry. I really don't think so. Maybe it's been a couple days and Daryl's still out there looking for Henry. Tara has sent out all these letters. Michonne just got this letter. I'm really doubtful of that, though. I think if anything, like, Gabriel just wants to help the Hilltop and Alexandria. I think they know about this fair. The Whisperers are a whole new threat, a whole new group that the Hilltop has to deal with, and the Kingdom. Michonne doesn't know that Lydia's gone, so I think Michonne's probably like, you know what, like, we're not going to help, like, they can handle the Lydia situation. Gabriel's like, no, we got to go back and help, like, we can't just leave them out there, because just like he says, who are we supposed to turn to when we need help? So this is going to be a whole slow process for Michonne to eventually decide to help them out. Because the fair is happening in episode 15 and the Whisperer Pikes might happen at the end of that, I'm thinking in episode 14 with the Michonne flashbacks, at the end of it, she will decide to help them out. It'll play out somehow like that. One thing, though, is that there's no Negan in this trailer, so I'm hoping in the other teasers, I'll find out after I do this video, I'm hoping they release something in regards to Negan. I know he's going to be in next week's episode, but I just want to get that interaction. I want Michonne's reaction to Negan's escape, his little tiny journey that he had in the mid-season premiere. Next week's episode, though, looks really, really good. I feel like I'm always saying this for every episode, but it's true though. It seems like every episode in this back half is just getting better and better. It really is just as simple as that. Like, we're getting Beta for the first time. Daryl's out there searching for Henry. We're actually at the point now where Henry's out there with the Whisperers. We're deep into this fair arc now. Like, that fair is happening in 4 weeks from now, which is obviously 4 episodes from now. That's when the Pikes are happening in episode 15. So just 4 more episodes to build up to that Pike moment. So we're not really that far away. As for my overall predictions and what I do think is going to happen, I really think it's just going to be a Beta introduction and some Henry stuff. I think at Alexandria, it's going to be Michonne and Negan and Gabriel. I don't think much will really happen there. It's going to be more just catch up with them. Just like with the Kingdom in tonight's episode, we caught up with them. Nothing really happened. It was a really, really nice story. I love the whole movie theater thing. But I think in episode 12 with Alexandria, it'll be pretty much the same thing for the most part. Maybe not as fun. Maybe it'll be a little more serious, but I think that's probably all we're going to be getting. With Daryl and Connie, though, outside and like dealing with the Whisperers, I think that's going to be crazy interesting. The Henry stuff, all the shots of them at nighttime, Alpha trying to get Lydia to kill Henry, like that is going to play out I'm really curious, like what does she do there in this scene? Anyways, post your thoughts down below. I will be doing another teaser breakdown for, I guess, for the sneak peek that they release. For more Walking Dead content like that, make sure to be a subscriber. We're almost halfway through the second half of the season. After next week, we'll be halfway through. Season 9 so far has just been amazing. It really has been the greatest season in a very, very long time. Maybe even of all time, but I'll wait before I even say that. But hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.